I'm Pauline.
I'm Bronte.
And we're on Gold Coast Schoolies, and this is a story about a girl we met on outreach. So it was the second day, and Bronte and I were walking past the police station when we met Lily. She was a little tired, a little drunk, and so we approached her saying, "You okay?" Immediately she asked if we were the Red Frogs, and we said, "Not really, but similar." She said, "Do you want to be the Red Frogs?" And I'm like, maybe, similar, but not really. And immediately after that, she was like, "Oh, are you guys Christians?" So that was like a huge barrier broken. We were able to speak to her like about Christianity right away. And so we said, "Yeah, we're Christians. Like, do you have any experience with that?" And she said she had a friend named Sophie that was her best friend, and she had affected her a lot. Sophie, her friend, was apparently very confident that God was secured, God had his plan in her life. And she really loved her relationship with God, and she would often tell Lily about what it was like to be. And so we asked after that, "Would you like that confidence that your friend has?" And she said, "Yeah, I do." And so we asked, "Do you know what being a Christian means?" And she had a very positive light on what being Christian was, because she said she's been to church sometimes with her friend, some youth groups, but she didn't really quite know what Christianity was actually about. So actually Bronte shared the full gospel.
Yeah, which is really cool. It was the first time I've ever done a full gospel presentation, so that was really amazing. We talked about our relationship with God kind of like a piece of string, like we're connected to Him. God made us for connection, for community with Him, and then we cut that off. We chose to be our own gods and do our own thing, and she was like, yeah, like I understand that. And then we said, like, "Have you heard of Jesus?" And she was like, yeah, I've heard of Jesus. And so we said, yeah, He's given us like a new piece of string to God, a new opportunity for relationship, but we have to choose to hold on to the piece of string for ourselves. And then we were kind of like, "Is that something you want to do?" And she was like, "Oh, well, I hold on to Sophia and Sophia holds on to the string, so that's like good enough for me," kind of thing. So then we were challenging her that for it to be real, it has to be your own personal relationship, which she was really on board with. She was like, "Yeah, no, I understand that. I understand what you're saying. I understand that I need to take hold of it, but I feel like I'm just being naive and pushing it away." And we're like saying, "What's stopping you?" There wasn't really any real barriers, which was amazing. And so in the end, she was like, "Yeah, I definitely want to make a decision, but I just feel like I'm too drunk right now." So we're like, "That's okay, you probably are." But yeah, that was like a really amazing experience for me as well, to be able to share that with her. And she was so on board with that. So then we offered to pray for her.
As the Red Frogs were approaching, we saw them and we're like, "Oh, can we quickly pray for you?" And she was like, "Totally, go ahead." And we put our hands on her shoulders, and she was completely fine with that. And as soon as we started praying, she started like beaming, she started smiling, looked really like comfortable and like at peace. So that was really amazing. We talked about basically how God would show Himself in her life, so that she could make a decision someday, and that how He loves her.
After we finished our conversation with Lily, I was like, "Man, this friend Sophia has been so consistent," because Lily had a really good, full understanding, really positive outlook on Christianity and Christ. So I was like, I want to find her and send her a message and say, like, "Good job, like, be encouraged, it is getting through to her," kind of thing. So actually, we got Lily's Instagram before she left. So I stalked Lily on Instagram until I found her friend Sophia. Yeah. And then I like stalked this girl Sophia until I found a mention of Jesus, and I was like, "Great, it's the same one." So then I sent her a message the next morning, and I said, "Hey, I'm not entirely sure if this is you, but you have a friend Lily from school, she's at Schoolies, we got to chat to her, here's what we talked about. If this is you, please be encouraged, because the way that you're living your life and shining for Jesus is really getting through to her." And instantly there was like a reply, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Lily actually called me and spoke to me about the conversation," which was so encouraging for us, because she's pretty drunk at the time, but she remembered everything. She said that Lily had actually broken up with her boyfriend that night as well, so it came at like the perfect time, and she said that we came across really well, like Lily really loved the conversation, which was just so encouraging. And she said that she was actually moving to Brisbane. Lily and Sophia were both moving to Brisbane next year. So we said like, "Hey, can we catch up with you guys when you come and just chat more about this kind of thing, or maybe take you guys to church?" And they were like, yeah, absolutely, like we'll definitely meet up. So not only did we get a follow-up with Lily, but we also had a follow-up with her friend who we'd never met, They're just so good.
Yeah.